Yeah, Assalamu alaikum. I welcome you all in our channel. We have two channels. One is in English and one is with Urdu translation. Today our topic is Precis or summary writing. Remember, Precis is a French word that means summary writing. So Precis or summary writing are the same things. If you look at the definition at the bottom, it is written a Precis is a highly concise, accurate summary of a longer text or speech. So Precis is basically, according to dictionary, is summary writing, right? Condenses the information, so it reduces the information, make it pithy, short, usually to about one third. This is very important. So this is one third in length, right? So now we are going to learn the techniques, the basic steps which make the summary writing or Precis writing an easy task. Number one, always count the sentences and keep only one third. So if the text is in front of you, the passage is there, so please count the total number of sentences. This is very important. So if the sentences are six, so one third will be two sentences. So your summary should contain two sentences only. If there are nine, so the summary is one third means three sentences. And if there are 12 sentences, so what is the one third? Four sentences, right? So, but sometimes these numbers can't be divided. One third is difficult. So you can make approximate, you can just guess. For example, if there are seven sentences, again the summary is of two sentences. And if the length is about 10 sentences, so the summary is of three sentences, not more than that. So number one step is very important. The summary is one third of the total length of the text or the passage, right? Number two, now underline the most important ideas. For this purpose, keep your pen or pencil ready and underline the most important ideas. In the exam, you don't have time to repeat and read again and again. Therefore, one reading is enough, sufficient, but underline the most important ideas. I'm not asking you underline the full sentence. No, just important information in the shape of words only. And the last point, which is my favorite, finally, rewrite the text in your own words. This is the place where students often make mistakes and they copy paste the sentences from the text. Unfortunately, they get less marks just due to that because it's a type of a crime that you are trying to copy paste the same idea, same text from the passage which is given. So it is not the summary writing, it is just a copy paste, right? So it should not be done. Rather, you are finally rewriting the text in your own words, right? So for example, total sentences were six and now you are writing the summary of two sentences but in your original words, in your own words. Ideas are from the text, no doubt, but the wordings are your own simple words. Now for this purpose we have an example. This is the example passage. The text is in front of our eyes. Now we will apply the techniques, the three steps, and we will solve this issue, that how can we make this task easier, congenial, friendly, and possible. Now please, for this purpose I will show you the next slide. The same passage will be given there, but here I have applied the three steps. If you can remember, what was the first step? First of all, count the sentences. So how many sentences are there? You can just check the full stops and the question marks. I think there are no question marks, there are full stops. So when I counted, I found there are six sentences, right? So you can just with your pencil write down the numbers on the sentences. This is the first step. And what is the one third of six sentences? Two. This is very important. Your summary or précis should not go ahead two sentences, right? So length should not be more than two sentences, otherwise it will become a paragraph. We are not writing a paragraph. This is the first step, the most important law or rule for writing the précis or summaries. Okay, so two sentences summary, this is important. Now what was the second step? Now underline the most important ideas, right? So I have underlined the ideas, not the full sentences. Remember, the first sentence is the Key sentence. The first sentence is the introductory sentence, which has the most important information. We should not ignore it, right? It is the most important one. Same is the case the last sentence, which is the concluding sentence. Normally it has the solutions. So don't ignore the first and the last sentence. So from first sentence I have underlined the first word, pollution. Normally the students are also questioned, they are asked that select a suitable title. So in the very first sentence or in first two sentences the title is hidden. It is your job to find out the title. So luckily we have found the title at the start of the sentence, which is pollution. So it means the whole passage, the text is about pollution. So pollution is the problem, so you can just select the title, pollution problem, right? So this is your title. So one job is done. Now second is this, we are underlining the most important ideas, not the full sentences, otherwise it is a copy paste. So in the first sentence I have found pollution and the last few words make them dirty. So if I can make my own sentence by reducing the size and not adding the other words, it will be my original work, right? So now how can I make my own summary? The first sentence, for example, if I try, it can become that pollution makes the things dirty, or pollution makes the environment dirty. If you don't want to use the word dirty, you can also use the word unclean, right? So one sentence is made, only one sentence is left, right? So what can I do? I can read the passage, the other sentences. So we have to select the information. Practice makes the man perfect. Make the practice. And then I found important information like breathing problems in sentence number 3. Then sentence number 4, make people sick. This is very important information. These are the consequences and the results of pollution, right? And it is dangerous as well. And the last sentence, yes, it is my favorite sentence. Why? Because it is giving us some solution. It is a concluding sentence, as important as the first sentence. The good news is that we can all help reduce pollution by recycling, using less plastic, and walking or biking more often. So in this sentence, again, I have to select the information. I am not going to select the whole sentence. It is wrong. It is illegal, right? So what is more important information? Reduce, right? Reduce means check, stop, and recycling is the solution, right? So for example, if I think I can make a sentence like this, this is an example that the pollution causes many problems for humans and animals, but we can solve it by recycling. From the middle I have found the problems, in the end I have found the solution. And you have seen that instead of making 3 sentences, I have combined 2 sentences into one by using a conjunction, a linking word, but. So you can use this technique. You can use but or and you can make 2 sentences one. In this way the examiner, the paper checker, he will not be having any type of trouble that there are 3 sentences, so it is not 1/3. So now we have written 2 sentences. One sentence is a little bit longer because it's a combination of 2 ideas. No problem at all. It is acceptable, right? So this is the way we write the summaries. My request is that please, whenever you have time, you can apply these techniques. What were the techniques? Number 1, count the total number of sentences and keep 1/3. Number 2, underline the most important ideas. Number 3, finally rewrite the text in your own words. So if you follow these techniques, remember, the summary writing or Precis writing will become a friendly task for you. Practice makes a man perfect, and this is the summary which is written in front of you. This is an example, a specimen for you, that same thing I was discussing. Pollution makes our environment unclean, right? You can also use the word dirty. Pollution makes our environment dirty. It harms people. You can say, for example, instead of it harms people, that it causes problems for humans and animals, right? And then but we can stop it by reusing things and recycling. So there's no need to write or reusing. You can simply say, but we can stop it by recycling. That's all. And the titles we have selected from sentence 1, pollution problem, or pollution, a big problem, right? So it is such a nice and simple job if we make a little bit practice. Hopefully you have learned something. then please visit our channels. And if you want to learn English in a simple and standard way, please you know where to visit. Thank you very much. See you next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.